Yub nub. So everybody has been doing reviews of Star Wars The Force Awakens, even me. And with the success of The Force Awakens, all us fans are hoping that it will return to the glory days of the original trilogy. And while the prequels may not be great, there are worse things in Star Wars history. The Star Wars Holiday Special and the Ewok movies. So after the success of Return of the Jedi, George Lucas decided to make a made-for-TV movie centered on the Ewoks, which were a personal favorite of his daughter. So he came up with the story for the Ewok Adventure, later to be known as Caravan of Courage. Caravan of Courage hit the small screen on ABC TV on November 25th, 1984. It centered around the Tawani family, whose spaceship had crashed on the planet of Endor. One day, while their parents are out looking for supplies, the Tawani children, Mace and Sindel, wander off. The panic-stricken parents, of course, go looking for them, only to be captured by the giant ogre called the Gorax. The children meet up with the Ewoks, who decide to help them find their parents. Now, Caravan of Courage may be based on characters from Return of the Jedi, but it doesn't really fit into the Star Wars world at all. First, the opening crawl. What am I talking about? There's no opening crawl. Just narration by Burl Ives. Yes, Burl Ives. And the topography of Endor has totally changed. You know, in Return of the Jedi, it was called the Forest Moon of Endor. Here, we do have some woods, but we also have, like, open fields and mountains and some desert. This is because both Caravan of Courage and Battle of Endor were filmed right around George Lucas's home of Skywalker Ranch. Also, most of the Ewoks appear to live on the ground instead of up in trees. They also have just normal animals around, like goats and horses, chickens and ferrets. Not things you expect to see in a Star Wars movie. And there's also magic. We're not talking the Force, which the primitives assume is magic. Real, actual magic. And the special effects, even though they're done by ILM, are totally different from the Star Wars movies. There's jerky stop-motion animation with the actors in front of a projected image. Think Jason and the Argonauts, except better done in the 60s. And what lasers there are look very cartoony. And the creatures, they look like they were pieced together by 5th graders. Now, all these things might be forgiven if the story was actually good. It's not. The plot to find the kids' parents doesn't really even kick in until about halfway through the movie. And along the way, the kids continually complain and get into trouble and have to be bailed out by the Ewoks. And the child actors are absolutely atrocious. And what is up with this one's outfit? She looks like a solid gold dancer. Yeah, I'm showing my age. To me, this is the epitome of George Lucas's idea of making movies for children. Now, he always says that the original Star Wars movies were for kids. I don't buy that. They were films that kids loved, definitely, but they didn't feel like they were written especially for children. Here, things are dumbed down. There are stupid jokes and silly gags, and there's Burl Ives telling you exactly what's going on. Burl Ives. This is why we got Jar Jar. Thankfully, the sequel, yes, they made a sequel, isn't quite as bad story-wise. The Battle of Endor aired the next year on November 24th, 1985. Now, there'll be some spoilers here because I can't really discuss the plot of this one without spoiling things a little bit for you. So stop now and go watch them if you want to. But really, why would you? Anyway, Lucas didn't have as much input in this one as he had on the first one, but he guided the story through 2 4-hour brainstorming sessions with the writers. Now, he had just watched Heidi with his daughter and thought, wouldn't it be great if the little girl from the first one wound up being an orphan and had to live in the woods with a grumpy old man? Thank God he didn't watch the Andromeda Strain. So in the first 10 minutes of this movie, the writers pretty much undo the happy ending of the first one and kill off Sindel's entire family, including her brother Mace. Well, at least that's one bad child actor out. The rest of the movie deals with Sindel and Wicket, whose family was kidnapped in the opening battle by Tarek and his goons, meeting Wilford Brimley, nope, no diabetes jokes, and battling Tarek, who wants Sindel to show him how to use the power cell from the Tawani family ship. Again, the special effects are sub-ILM standards, but better than the first movie. The creatures also look better, except for the fact that Tarek's mouth doesn't really move much. The story elements and the scenery are still not Star Wars, but they do match up with the first movie, so I'm okay with that. Of the two, this is definitely the better movie. Now, as for the DVD, 20th Century Fox released both movies as a set in November of 2004. They come on one disc, each side containing a movie presented in full frame, 2.0 surround sound, with no special features. Now, if you live in the US and you want to buy it, good luck. I bought mine 11 years ago when it came out for like $7.50, but they're currently going on Amazon for like $80. You can get it for about half that from Amazon UK if you have a region-free DVD player and just really have to add it to your collection. But as of right now, you can look it up on YouTube and watch them both for free. So now when you look back at the prequels, remember, it could always be worse.